we can travel to various places, and in fact, we are going to do that just now. It is time for Oh, What a Beautiful World with corporate travel, and we are very excited to welcome John Magee. He's the chancellor of the Archdiocese of Denver, and he was raised in Ireland. He came to the United States to study at Franciscan University of Steubenville, and then went on to serve at Franciscan University, Ave Maria University, and the University of Dallas before settling in Denver, where he serves the Archdiocese as their chancellor. And John, it's great to have you on. I know you're going to be talking about the Pallium pilgrimage. So good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am doing very well, and it's good afternoon here. It's a hot and toasty afternoon. We've had, tremendous weather coming in Europe the last couple of days. So our hope and prayer is that we have a big group arriving today for the Pallium pilgrimage, and we're just hoping and praying that the heat doesn't do too much to those that are on it. So if you guys would keep that in your prayers, we'd appreciate it too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just to be in Rome, I don't know what the season is like there, but it's pretty warm there, isn't it?
It is very warm. It's actually unusually hot. I lived in Rome for 3.5 years, and I was blessed to do that. But even talking to the locals here, they're saying it's far too hot this early in the season, They used to joke and say everyone leaves Rome in August, including the Holy Spirit, because it's so hot. But I like to use it and say I'm truly convinced that Dante wrote his Inferno part of the Divine Comedy in Rome in August. But it's starting to feel like it's hitting early days for August heat already. So.
Well, I know in France, they're looking at 105 degrees and stuff like that. They're really real heat wave.
Yes, and there were a lot of people in Madrid over the weekend that were very ill and got overheated. It's just it's definitely toasty for sure.
Well, tell us about the pilgrimage, because I'm really excited to hear about this, and we will keep you in our prayers.
Yeah, no. So I'm here because we got a great gift from Pope Leo in our new Archbishop, James R. Golka, who served as the Bishop of Colorado Springs and then was appointed to succeed Archbishop Samuel Aquila as the Archbishop of Denver. So basically, it was announced in February. We had about 26 days to plan the biggest wedding in Colorado, if you like, because, as you know, when a bishop is wedded to his local church, it's a big deal. So we had a very, very short turnaround. But as a result of a new archbishop, the new archbishop receives on the feasts of Peter and Paul, so June 29th, new archbishops nominated within that year receive what's called the Pallium from the hands. It's actually called the Sacred Pallium, and the imposition of the Sacred Pallium by the Holy Father to the new archbishop. So only archbishops receive a pallium as a metropolitan, which means he's overseeing a region of bishops, if you like. So there's a province that an archbishop oversees, and as a symbol of his authority as an archbishop, as a metropolitan archbishop, he receives the pallium from the hands of the Pope, which really links the archbishop to the Holy Father. So it's a very symbolic and a very beautiful, and it's very interesting because we have about 44 people coming on pilgrimage. Not one of them have previously been able to attend a pallium ceremony. So this is very exciting for our group. It's also, to put into context, Archbishop Golka is 60 years of age. When an archbishop turns 75, we know that he submits his letter of resignation to the Holy Father, and then it's a waiting game to see when it's accepted. So if, God willing, Archbishop Golka remains as Archbishop of Denver for the next foreseeable 15 or 16 years, that won't be until then that people will have an opportunity to attend the Pallium for the Archbishop of Denver. So it is very significant, and it's a very exciting time, and there's just a great sense of excitement and joy and privilege to be able to accompany our new shepherd as he receives this from Pope Leo.
And John, this always takes place on the 29th, right? Why is that?
Well, the 29th is the Feast of St. Peter and Paul. And as we know, that's a solemnity. It's a solemnity in the church, but it's also a big, big solemnity in Rome, because they are, the Peter and Paul, martyrs, St. Peter's, St. Paul's, the basilicas here. It's a very big day for the Catholic Church. It's actually a national holiday in Italy. So despite it being a religious holiday, it's also a national holiday. So it's a very significant day for Peter's successor to impose the link between the new Archbishop and Peter and his successor as Archbishops.
So did you say are there others that are receiving the pallium at the same time as your new Archbishop?
Yes, that's a great question. Yes, and they haven't yet fully announced all of the metropolitans to receive the pallium, but we know there's at least 3 coming from America. So the 3 newest, if you like, archbishops that have been appointed are obviously Archbishop of Denver, the new Archbishop of New Orleans, Archbishop Checchio, and then, of course, the Archbishop in New York, Archbishop Hicks. So there's just 3 this year. Last year, I believe there were 6 or 8, I believe, that received it from America. So we have I say we have 3 for the Trinity receiving it this year. So it's wonderful.
Well, it's a very special year, obviously, and corporate travel serving all 3 of the archbishops from the United States receiving their palliums, which is pretty exciting too. You mentioned all of them.
Yeah, and it speaks to the competency of corporate travel that, these 3 archdioceses have entrusted their pilgrims to corporate travel to put this pilgrimage on. So we're very excited for that, very much so.
That's great. What a great time in Rome for all of you, and to be there, to actually see this happen, will give his leadership, a whole new look for people who are there.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. And as much as we're here to experience it and to walk with him, we're also here to pray for him as he begins his new service to the local church in Colorado.
That's right. John Magee, Chancellor of the Archdiocese of Denver, thank you so much for joining us. And you can also go to pilgrimages by cts.com and always get more information.
Bye, John.